morning, guys.
Good morning, teacher.
Okay, so we are going to review character, setting, and plot. But before we start, we're going to go over our I can statement. Say, I can describe characters, settings, and events in a story. So if I can describe characters, settings, and events in a story, what do you think that means I'm going to be able to tell you about a story, Danielle? What's happening in the story? What else could I be able to tell you, Teddy?
The characters
Okay, so that means who is in the story, and then what else can I tell you, Marquis? So we know who's in the story. You're going to tell us what's happening in the story. One more thing we need to know: where the story takes place. So if we know who's in the story, we know those are the characters. If we know where the story is taking place, that is the setting. And if we know what happened in the story, that is the plot. All right, so we're going to listen to a story. Remember, like we told you, me and Miss Bella, you can listen to any story and pull out these three things, right?
Yes.
Right, Kaven?
Right.
Okay. So our story is called Pizza Party. I will stop periodically and we will get down information that we need to fill in our boards. When I call you to fill in the information, I'm going to allow you to come up and write the information on our boards. Because remember, you have to practice writing it, because when you go back to your group, you're going to be doing this on your own with a book that you have. Pizza Party by Grace McCorney, illustrated by Emily Arnold McCulley. We scoop, we pour. We pour some more, we fill, we spill. We wipe the floor, we clean. We fix, we help to mix. So let's stop right there for just a minute. They're having a what, Nicholas? They're having a pizza party. So where do you think this story is taking place at? Kevin? Okay, so it's taking place in a house. Kevin says the house. Is there a specific place in the house it could be taking place at, Dakota? In the kitchen. Very good. Who would like to go write kitchen? Go ahead, Marquis. Spell it the best way you can. Ori. The story. So he knows the story takes place where, Dakota?
In a house in the kitchen.
Takes. Place. In the where? Where did Dakota say? We know it's in the house, but where is the area in the house that it takes place at, Kaven?
In the kitchen.
In the kitchen. In what goes at the end of our sentence, because we know it's a statement. Very good. Go ahead, Lee. All right. Thank you. Oh, leave the top off. So I'm going to just write Marquis' sentence over. Very good job, Marquis. Give him a hand clap. The story takes place in the kitchen. So the story takes place in the kitchen. Let's continue. I have a book over here also so you can see.
It's the same book.
No, Bella has it just in case you can't see the pictures. We push, we poke, we joke, we roll. We wait a while. What do you think they're waiting on?
Pizza.
But it doesn't look like they've made the pizza yet.
The dough.
Okay, the dough. What do you think they're waiting for the dough to do?
Change.
How might it change, Nicholas?
Come up and then it was turned into a cake.
Oh, okay, so Nicholas thinks it's gonna come up. What do you mean when it comes up? What's that word that we say when it comes up? Say it again. Well, we know it comes up, but it's called rise. So Nicholas thinks that it might rise. Do you think it's gonna become a cake, or it might look like a cake when it rises? It may look like a cake when it rises. So we play, we smile, we pull, we toss. So what happened to the dough? Did it rise? Well, it may have risen, but we just didn't see it rise, and they didn't show us that it rose. But now, what is the man doing?
Putting pizza up and
What, is it a pizza yet, or is it just what?
dough.
It's just dough. It hasn't become a pizza yet. But let's stop. Say it again. You are supposed to throw the dough. Let's stop. So, when we've been reading the story, have they named specific people? Have they given the children names?
No.
No. But are they still characters in the story?
Yes.
Yes. But who is talking in the story?
The person that made the book.
Okay, the person that made the book wrote the story. But who is talking? Because the person that's talking, or the people that's talking, they keep saying, we push, we poke, we joke. So who might be talking, Danielle? The kids. So who are the characters in this story? The children, and who else?
The man.
The man. Very good. Go ahead, Danielle. You can get the next one, okay? So the characters. Remember the characters. So you're gonna start with the characters. So you can just cross it out. The characters. Characters. What goes in the end? Because we have more than one.
Oh, S.
The characters in the story are.
And the it says right here as well.
You tell me. What did you hear first?
A T
Don't doubt yourself. Go ahead and put it up there.
for a teacher.
Nope. You said it. When you sounded it out, you said st. So where does the T go?
Right here.
Does it go before the O or after the O?
For the
Very good. So you can just cross it out and write it again.
the characters. And the
Story.
R.
R who? Who are the characters again, Danielle? Keep going, right? And she's gonna help you. Are the look at what you wrote. The characters. The characters in the story are the what? Nope, not eh. Mm-hmm. Kid. Thank you. What goes at the end of your statement? Thank you. All right, I'm going to write it over. Good job. Give him a hand clap. All right. The characters story are the kids. Is there anybody else that's in the story with them?
And the man.
And the man.
I forgot about that.
Very good. The characters in the story are the kids and the man. Now, we know who the characters are. We know what the setting is. Now we have to finish the plot, right, Kevin?
Right.
So first, because we know the plot, what is the plot, Marquis? You told us earlier. What is the plot?
First, middle, and last.
Very good. The first, middle, and last. Danielle, can you go right first, middle, and last for us? First. Kayla. Danielle might need some help. Turn around. Okay, we're missing one. First, middle, and last. So you gotta put middle up there too. Okay, so now she has first, middle, and last. Let's just help her out with her spelling. So first, middle, and what's the last one, Kayla? Last, yeah. You can do first, middle, last, or beginning, middle, end. So we know we can see it different ways. And remember, we abbreviate sometimes beginning. You may see it like this. Okay, so we know we're looking for the first, the middle, the last. So what happened first? Dakota, what was the first thing that happened in the story?
First thing that happened in the story is everything takes in the house in the kitchen.
Say it again.
There's stuff in the house in the kitchen.
So say that, just speak up a little louder. We know the story takes place in the house in the kitchen, but what happened first? What was the first thing that they decided to do? Very good. That was the first thing they decided to do. Kevin, can you go write the first thing they decided to do for us? What was the first thing they decided to do? So they decided to make the pizza. And what was the first thing they decided to make before they could make the rest of the pizza? What did they have to make first?
Flour.
They didn't have to make the flour. They had to make the
Powder.
Nope. They used the flour to make something. Help them out, Nicholas. What did they use? What's the first piece of the pizza that you need? Let's look back in our story. Let's look back in our story. While he's looking back, you can help us out. It's not bread. It's not called bread. You help him out, Daddy.
It's dough.
The dough. So what was the first thing they had to make?
Dough.
The dough. Go ahead. So Dakota said they decided to make pizza, but the first thing they had to make was the dough. So first, they what did they do next, Marquis? Did we get to that part yet? First they made what? Keep going. You said first they made the dough. Go ahead and write that. Let's hold on just a minute. Let's let him write it. First they made dough. Okay, so first they made the dough. Now let's continue reading and see what they did next. So we do have that. Say it again. We gotta see, because remember we stopped at they let the dough rise. So we pull it, we toss it. We stretch it, add sauce. We cut, we shred, we taste, we spread. What does it look like they're cutting up? What does it look like they're cutting up? What do you think they're cutting up, Marquis? Okay, so Marquis thinks it's bread. What do you think it might be, Danielle? Okay, so they're cutting some vegetables, Danielle said. What are they shredding, Kaven?
Cheese.
Cheese, very good. What are they tasting, Dakota?
Peppers. The dough.
No, I don't think they're tasting the dough. Dakota thinks they're tasting the sauce. What do you think they're tasting, Nicholas? They might be tasting the peppers. And then they said we spread it. So what are they going to do next? They have their cheese. They have their vegetables. They look like they have their meat. What are they going to do? They're going to spread it on what? Sadie?
The pizza.
They're going to spread it on the pizza. So first they made the dough. Then what did they do next? What was the thing they did next, Danielle? They stretched the pizza, but what did they do? They added the toppings. Very good. Go ahead. Man, let me move the paper up some because it'll be hard for you to write if it's stuck. Okay? So Kaylin said first they made the dough. Then you said they added the what? So you can write right under here. They added what do you think they're going to do next since they've added the toppings? What do you think they have to do, Nicholas? What do they have to do next? Since they already added the toppings. Toppings. So that's what Danielle said. She said they added the toppings. Can you eat the pizza just like that?
You have to put it in the oven.
So they have to put it where?
In the oven.
Okay. And then what do you think is going to happen after they put it in the oven, Dakota? Okay, let's see. We're going to wait for you. So does that have something to do with our pizza? Okay. So now they added the toppings. We spread it. It cooks. We look. We read a book. It's done.